It was a night of extravagance, golden chandeliers shimmering, a sea of celebrities draped in designer outfits, and the scent of the finest champagne filling the air. The annual Hollywood Prestige Gala, an exclusive event attended by only the wealthiest and most influential people in the industry, was in full swing. Among them was Keanu Reeves, beloved by millions, yet different from the rest. Little did anyone know, the night would take an unexpected turn, and Keanu would find himself at the center of a scandal that would shake the entertainment world. While the elite indulged in their opulence, Keanu had something far more precious in his pocket, a small, handmade bracelet. It wasn't made of gold or diamonds. It was simple, woven with care by a little boy named Tommy, a terminally ill child who had always dreamed of meeting his hero. Earlier that day, Keanu had visited Tommy in the hospital, and in a moment of pure sincerity, the child had handed him the bracelet, whispering, "Wear it for me at the gala, so I can be there with you." Keanu, always a man of his word, promised he would. As Keanu walked through the event, the bracelet on his wrist caught the eye of a wealthy socialite, a woman known for her sharp tongue and obsession with exclusivity. She scoffed, "Keanu, darling, what is that thing on your wrist?" Others turned to look. In this world of riches, sentiment held little value. They expected Keanu to laugh it off, to remove the cheap accessory. But he didn't. Instead, he smiled, touched the bracelet, and said, "It's from someone very special." Word spread fast. Within minutes, the host of the gala, an influential billionaire who prided himself on maintaining a certain image, approached Keanu with a forced smile. "Listen, Keanu, we all admire your generosity, but this is not the place for sentimental charity tokens. Maybe just take it off?" The request was laced with condescension. The message was clear: you either fit in or you leave. But Keanu's response would stun them all. Keanu looked at the host, then at the sea of wealthy guests. He took a deep breath and said, "I made a promise to a child who might not live to see next year. And no amount of money in this room will make me break that promise." The room fell silent. No one had ever dared to speak against the unspoken rules of high society. But then, the host's face darkened. His voice was sharp. "Keanu, if you can't respect the standards of this event, then I'm afraid you'll have to leave." Security was called. Two large guards approached Keanu, their orders clear. "Sir, we have to escort you out." The irony wasn't lost. One of the most beloved actors in the world was being thrown out of a gala meant to celebrate Hollywood's best. But Keanu? He simply chuckled, shook his head, and walked himself to the door, unbothered. As he left, a single voice called out from the crowd, "That was the realest thing I've seen in this room all night." The moment the story hit the internet, the backlash was immediate. Fans rallied behind Keanu. Hashtags like #Keanu did right and #luxury without heart trended worldwide. The gala's reputation took a hit, and the billionaire host was suddenly the target of public outrage. The world had spoken. Kindness would never be beneath luxury. Back in the hospital, Tommy watched the news with wide eyes. His hero had kept his promise, no matter the cost. Tears filled his mother's eyes as she whispered, "He did this for you." Tommy smiled weakly, whispering, "Keanu's the best superhero ever." And for once, in a life filled with battles, the little boy felt like he had one. When reporters asked Keanu about the incident, he simply shrugged and said, "I don't think kindness needs a price tag." It was a simple statement, but it resonated across the world. People started wearing handmade bracelets in support. A wave of generosity spread. And as for Keanu, he kept living by his own rules, never changing for the elite, always staying true to himself. In the end, it wasn't the luxury, the wealth, or the exclusivity that people remembered. It was a small bracelet, a dying child's wish, and a man who refused to break a promise. And that is the kind of story worth telling.